So, as always, we'll introduce, hey guys, this is the podcast, the Monkeys Forever Banana Slam Jamma, Banana Slam Jam podcast. Said his name first to make sure he gets his due credit. We're long overdue, monkeys. We always say this, and we're just gonna say it one more time, but we're back, baby. So, how you doing,
We're
man? I
back.
miss you.
I miss you too. I'm doing well. I'm just kind of taking care of my corgi puppies right now and
Oh, is
watching a
that
lot
what's
of
keeping
Dota.
you away from pubs, or what?
I mean, definitely partially. Like, I don't know. Like I paid for dogs, so like I want to enjoy the company of the pups. So I'm just trying to like take a bit of a break from Dota
Yeah,
and
sometimes
chill out a bit.
after a lot of work, you got to pay for some company, right, monkeys?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
I'm just fucking with you, dude. That's cool. How much did you get two? You said.
Yeah, we have a boy and a girl, Lilu and Kirby.
Are we able to show them on stream, or is that just not possible?
They're both asleep right now. I'm gonna let them sleep while.
Wait, you have dogs that don't have gamer hours?
I mean, yeah, they're puppies. They need like a strict schedule, like they need to be put to bed at like 10 p.m., wake up at 5 a.m.
Are you waking up at 5 a.m. then, monkeys?
Yeah.
Wait, so
Well,
you're awake right now at 1 a.m. and you're waking up at 5?
I mean, okay. I guess my schedule is just kind of like I get sleep when I can, but I'm just pretty much up all the time. I don't
Oh,
know.
is that?
I'm getting like maybe 4 hours of sleep a day or something.
Are you getting married soon too? Are you practicing for being a daddy or what?
No, no.
Uh,
I'm just chilling and watching Dota. I've actually been watching your stream a decent amount.
have you seen my high quality games today?
I saw I saw one of the PL games.
Nice.
I saw your Pango game that you were like ready to give up on it within
Dude,
like 3 minutes or 4. Yeah. It was the first power rune, like Lion fucked up or something,
no,
and
he
you're
TP'd
like
in to
done.
fill my bottle and then he fucked it
Oh
up.
yeah.
And then I was like in the similar spot going to go pick up my bounty and the Slardar just takes it. I'm like, guys, please. But that's okay. Yeah, I think we all need breaks from Dota. It's just a mental, stressor if you play it
I
too much. So
I mean it's also just like I don't know the first DPC season just came to an end, so it was kind of just like until the major happens. I I don't know. I feel like whenever there's the DPC season going on, like whenever there's international competition, whenever there's like a big event like a major, that that major kind of defines like how the game is going to be played, like kind of coming up, right? Because the best team of all regions is going to win that major. So like I feel like there's kind of like a null until the major happens, right? Because that the major is going to really define like how so many teams are going to change their views of Dota. So I feel like it's a good time to take a break, like after the DPC season ends and right before the major starts, because the major is when everyone's really gonna be focusing so much on the meta and everything. So
that's true, but they're also gonna. They said they're gonna rebalance the game
I,
after
that is a
the
good
major.
point. I mean, to be fair, they did just announce that, so new information there, VSJ.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta stay fresh. We gotta make sure we don't turn into boomers too quick. We are already on the back nine, so yeah,
True.
yeah. So, but yeah, no, I'm excited for the major. I was mostly excited for the end of the major now because we get a new hero balance
Yeah.
patch. But you're I understand you were just too tired of stomping noobs in Division 2 of
Yeah.
of
Totally.
it.
I mean,
How is the team practicing at all, or are you guys like taking a chill pill?
oh yeah, we're still well. Okay, I say yes. We schedule scrims every single day,
Okay.
and people people just don't show up on time, basically, like every single day.
On
And
your
so,
team or the other team?
the other team.
Oh my god.
Well, okay, there was one time that I overslept, but it turned out that the other team had the time scheduled wrong anyway, so they came an hour late. So I was technically on time that one time that I overslept. But the point is, we're trying to practice a lot, but teams don't show up to the scheduled times, and then it's like, well, just don't waste our time. If you're not going to show up,
Are
that's
you
fine.
telling me that when you're trying to be a serious team in North America, that trying to schedule scrims doesn't necessarily work out?
That is
Is
what I'm
that
saying.
okay? I
That's what I'm
didn't
saying.
know that, except for literally every team I've ever tried to play on. Guys, it's pretty bad, guys. It is actually, it's so infectious, right? Like one team does it and suddenly everyone else is doing it, and then
Yeah.
like, oh, now it's become a culture of like, we have a scrim today, guys. We'll give it an extra 15 minutes and then see if
Yeah.
there is a game, you know? That
Wait,
for me gets
wait.
really old though.
It's also really frustrating because it's like at the end of one day of scrims, right? You have all of these ideas, and like you're kind of like, all right, this is kind of what I think we have to work on, and like this is how I like want us to try and proceed. And then the next day you show up for scrims, and like you're ready to test stuff out, and then it's like, oh, no show, great. Lovely. And then like the next day you're like kind of like scrambling to like keep all of those thoughts going, and you're like, all right, still gotta stay fresh, gotta keep going.
And it's like, I don't know. I think for scrims in like competitive Dota, it does take some like mental, like, I got to be ready to be try hard and strategic
Yeah.
today, you know? And so, like, when you get in the zone and then you just find out there is no zone, like, you don't have a game, I don't know.
Yeah.
That alone, like, this instability is very crippling. I thought it might get better just because of the DPC. There are definitely seemingly more teams scrimming. Like,
Hmm.
the Division 2 teams seem to, like, anyone I've talked to seems to be scrimming, um, which is nice. But I don't know. That's I hope it gets better. That's all I really
I
gotta
mean,
say.
I definitely like. I don't know. I think the DPC leagues are doing what they were like designed to do. Basically, they are encouraging growth in every single region, which I genuinely think is so good for just Dota as a whole. I don't get. I've said it so many times before. I do think the DPC leagues are an overall like good thing. Again, I don't think like the bottom 8 teams of the major getting no prize money. I mean, we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing it out there again. Like I think that's pretty absurd. But uh, anyways, I've seen so much improvement in so many of like the D2 teams already, and
it's
like
true.
especially South America and North America. I mean, obviously, I'm a little biased because I've been watching both of those regions a lot, but um, I've definitely seen a lot of people putting in the time and effort to actually learn the game to like a higher level than just I farm neutrals in pubs and win games. So
There are
it's like
go ahead.
no. I'm mostly finished.
I
Just
was
go
gonna
ahead.
say the problem in pubs is that if you have like one guy that's still doing like the farm neutrals thing, it becomes really hard for the other four to like play the game properly. But I have had
Yeah,
more games that are like an average of like rank 200 that are actually like 5 people running around the map doing shit. Obviously, it's a bit sloppy because it's like a
yeah.
pub, but I have noticed
But I
it.
mean,
There's clearly like more team play from like the rank 150 to like 300 players that
yeah.
are on these teams.
And I mean, I think it's a very slow process in growing a scene, right? Like you're not gonna there's no just like snap of the fingers, and everyone's gonna just like suddenly be the most try hard, and they're like, I'm gonna go to TI and do my best to win and BDG and like conquer the region. But like yeah, it's definitely a step in the right direction, being able to encourage a lot of these players to just be like, hey man, if you give it your all, you can actually make some money, and try and just expand your knowledge of the game, and maybe find an entry point into the T1 scene.
Now, there's an alternative side to that argument, and that is that since there's money to be made, a lot of people kind of just disbanded. Like immediately after having a lack of success in the first DPC league. So I just think it's kind of like FPL where like sometimes the money can actually make people like look for
Yeah,
a quicker fix. So I'm hoping that over the course of like 3 to 4 seasons that kind of simmers down. You know, people
Yeah.
start to like find the people they want to play the league with. I understand it happening at first, and I'm just bringing attention to the fact that it definitely happened like right
No, for
after the
sure, for
first
sure.
DPC season. So I'm hoping it definitely is toned down a little bit moving forward. Um,
I
go ahead.
I think the reason for that is mainly also we never really discussed what we were even going to talk about. We just kind of jumped into this, but
Hey man, my goal was to get you here first because I missed you. You know, I had to get you here first. I'm like, this was like the equivalent of the scrims. You know, I don't want to plan out an entire strategy and then just have you not show up. So
True.
you can relate. You can relate to this. Go ahead.
But what was I gonna say? Oh man, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. BSJ.
GG.
Whatever. Just go on.
Oh, what
I'll
I
think
was
of
gonna
it later.
ask
I'm
is
sure.
like, since you said you're still scrimming and stuff, is there do you have like two or three sleeper picks? Maybe they're not so sleeper to like pub players, like people who are like constantly up in the know. But like, are there any like, for instance, Gyro 5? Like, I'll just throw out one that's kind of like shown up out of nowhere. I think Gyro 5 will see play a pretty good amount of it at the major. Are there any heroes
Hmm.
like that people may be like the fuck that you got predicted here?
Um, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you'll always see a lot of innovative picks from a lot of different regions, right? When the stakes are as high as the major, and like,
This
are
is
you
your
asking about?
chance,
Oh,
monkeys. Is this going to
are
be
you
the Arc
asking
Warden
about my
major?
team, or
No,
are you
no, I'm
asking
saying
about the
like,
major?
based on what you've seen, is there anything you're like, I don't think people understand how good this is yet, because like usually how majors go, at least in the past, was that like one team comes with a strategy and people are like, holy shit, like how do we beat this? And then suddenly everyone's first rounding Arc Warden by like,
I
the
think
second week or whatever.
DP will become like a very solid first phase pick, first phase ban. I
Okay.
think that hero can be off lane, mid, or five like incredibly easily, and it's so strong on all three of those roles in different situations. And I don't think it's possible to really make all three of those bad situations happen. So I do expect a lot of DP first phase. Um, and hmm, I don't know. I don't know if I have any other. I mean, I definitely I expect a lot of like Timber Beastmaster as well. I would
Yeah,
say.
the
I
heroes
think
that
those
have
are
we've already seen a lot of, you think
yeah,
those?
yeah, yeah.
My
But
two
like
picks that are like kind of seen, but I don't know if people are aware, is Pango and Tusk. I think those two heroes are like
yeah,
ridiculous. I don't understand. I feel like I suck at Pango and I'm like 8-2 this patch with Pango. So like I don't know. I think Pango and then Tusk being a flex pick now, like people are sometimes running at 3 with the Necrobook tag team shit. I think any hero that can buff a Necrobook right now is like absolutely viable.
yeah,
It's especially if it's a flex like Tusk. So I think we'll be seeing a lot of that as like getting first round banned probably. That's what I'm thinking is going to
yeah.
happen to Tusk.
I could definitely see that. I mean, again, it's really difficult to predict stuff like this, at least in my opinion, because you have like again, you're gonna have just the clash of the play styles, right? So, like usually how international competitions go is like the group stage happens, and then every single team that is still in the tournament after the group stage like sits down and discusses how they're gonna adjust like to what the
There's
meta
usually
has
like a
basically
2 or 3 day
become.
break, right? Is that
Yeah,
happening this
yeah,
major?
yeah,
Do we know?
yeah.
Is that break
I,
occurring?
I I don't know the exact schedule for this major, but I mean, even if it's just like the next day, like the team is still going to
Yeah,
sit
you still
down
have
and
a lot
talk
of
about like
time to like
what
figure cards in.
adjustments
Yeah.
they're going to be making and everything. But I feel like after the group stage of the major, like we're going to have a much better idea of where the met or like where the teams kind of are like in terms of pace for the games and everything, right? Because uh, you usually see things kind of like even out as you get closer to like the top six teams. It's like all teams kind of like adjusting to each other really well and understanding like what picks are gonna win in this team matchup and everything. So I don't know. I find it really difficult to predict like consistent picks when there's so much variety that I feel like we haven't seen in so long, right? Because I mean, dude, how long has it been since international competition? Like,
I think it was the minor major in January last year. I think that's when, or maybe like end of January, beginning of February.
yeah,
So it's
so
been
so a
over a
year and
year.
2 months. Like,
Yeah.
dude, this is gonna be so wild, BSJ. Like, I'm so excited for this major. I'm so excited,
Are you gonna
and
be
I'm not even playing in it.
are you gonna
This
be
is the
like
most
casting or
excited
anything?
I've been.
Are you gonna be like
What?
watching? Are you gonna be like watching on your stream or anything? Or are you just gonna be chilling at home?
I mean, I'll probably watch some. Oh, wait, are you even allowed to watch on stream? I actually don't know like any of
As
the.
far as I know, yes. As far as I know,
Oh,
for like I know Cap was gonna do like a show, and then Valve kind of shut that down, so they don't want you to do shows. But I'm pretty
uh,
sure most tournaments are gonna do what the DPC League did, where they put it in client on like a 15-minute delay rather than the stream, which is a 5-minute delay. So it's like if you
I
want to
see.
watch it, it's just like 10 minutes behind um, the live or
Yeah,
like the
I mean,
actual broadcast. Which
yeah,
I don't think I think that's like a good compromise
yeah,
where
for sure.
it's like a drop in quality, but it's not like
Yeah, so I
ruining it.
mean, maybe I'll watch on stream. I don't
There
know.
you go.
I'm a very just like spontaneous person. If I feel like being on camera and stream, I'll just turn on stream and be like, "What's up, guys?"
So it's SCA. Does that mean it's starting at like midnight our time or something?
Uh, yeah, I mean, it
It's
depends on how
probably
early they're starting. Usually they start at like 9 a.m. or something,
yeah
9 or 10 a.m.
yeah. So I guess it's gonna start around like 9 or 10 p.m. our time. I think it's 12 hours. I think it's like strictly 12 hours difference. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
yeah
something
that's
like that.
it's gonna be a little weird, I guess, but we'll get used to it. I'm sure.
I mean,
In the past, I've
I
always adjusted my sleep schedule towards majors. So
I I have no sleep schedule to be seen, so I'm sure I'll be fine.
mine is consistently like 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., 2 p.m. maybe. Like
That's pretty solid.
that's like my consistent one. I gotta wait till all the normal like the good streamers sign off. That's what I gotta do. I gotta wait till they all sign off, and then I swoop in and pick these viewers up off their feet, sweep them off their feet, and romance them around with my you know no better options approach.
Yeah, really selling yourself strong there, BSJ.
The sad thing is that Jenkins has started streaming at this time, and he actually trumps me. He's even more degen
Yeah, I've seen
hours than
Jenkins
me.
have some real hostile titles towards you.
Yeah, I feel like before Jenkins, I got all of the really weird people, and it's kind of sad. I missed them. I feel like all the really weird people went to Jenkins. So, you know, he's got me beat in the incredibly
Unique chatter
yes
experience.
unique chatter experience.
No, I know what you mean. I've certainly
I'm
had
just
the
messing. Jenkins is. I actually like. I know people like think we're beefing or whatever. Me and Jenkins are like good buds. So
yeah.
yeah, that's like it's like those things where we've played on teams together. I've like known him through pubs for a really long time, but it's just not the same until you meet somebody, right? Until you like
Yeah.
actually see them in person. So we spent the whole like month and a half in Ukraine for the big league or
That
whatever
was
the thing, and
the Omega
yeah,
League.
the
Yeah.
Omega League. So we spent that together, and then we also spent like a week during the BTS tournament. I don't remember which one it was, but we did it there for like a week. Whereas like me,
Mhm.
him, and Suns fan casting it.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember what it was, but yeah, but it was literally just us three spending like a week together. So it makes a big difference, like when you just
yeah.
meet,
No,
like when you spend it in real life for
dude,
sure.
it really does, and I don't know. I miss that aspect of Dota so much. Like I truly, it's been so long since I've like hung out with Dota players and just nerded out about Dota in person. I don't know. I absolutely love like the Dota community and everything, and I definitely look forward to when lands are just more consistent and easier to do again.
People are
But
surprisingly normal in real life, most of them.
yeah,
Most of
for
them
the
are
most part, for the
yeah,
most
I said
part.
most of them. I said most of them. Yeah, man, we were spoiled for a while, but ever since TI 8, there's never really been like we had all the TIs, right? We had every year, like at least since like TI 4 for me, I got to meet a decent amount of people at TI. Like whether it was my friends from high school back at TI 4, whether it was like starting to be like my early friends I was developing from like playing Dota competitively and stuff, TI 6 era, TI 7 ish, and then it's like TI 9, boom, China. You know, like
Yeah,
can't really do that anymore if you're a Western Hemisphere person. So, yeah, it's weird. It's been a now we had TI in China, and then I feel like a decent amount of North American people would have gone to the one in Sweden. I feel like we would
yeah,
have had like
probably.
some like
Yeah,
and but then COVID for another year and a half or a year and 2 months now. So yeah, we're all
it's
hermits,
just
man. We're all
yeah,
hermits.
pretty
We need to get out of our shell sometimes, monkeys, and we are all shelled
I
up.
would love to get out of my shell, BSJ, but I need to qualify for the major to do that.
Hey, man, you guys actually have a shot now.
That's true.
you're in the division that gets you there. So
That's true.
I'm looking forward to rooting for you guys. I had Boris on my team in a pub today. I picked Carry Bounty Hunter, and Boris owned. Boris was off lane Mars, so we had a good time in
He
that game.
he is a big fan of Mars. Him and calls it Lars. I still don't even know
Lars,
why. Yeah, I'm sure it's a Zoomer joke that I just don't get.
yeah, Boris is really hip with the youngsters. I can't keep up with him. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to the major in the sense that all the things we've been talking about, but it is very strange to have like no part of it. Like at least for me, when it comes to casting or something, I've been more used to like casting events than watching them at home at this point because I would usually do one of the events. So this
Mhm.
is like the first live event in like a year and a half, and then I'm not gonna go to it. So I'm like a little sad about that, but
Yeah.
I'm not like upset at them or whatever for not inviting me. I'm just like, damn, like
They
all
didn't
this
really
hype and doesn't
that
feel the same.
the talent team wasn't even that big for this event, was it?
Yeah, I think they're going pretty low budget. I think it's like 8 people or something.
Yeah,
So
so I mean, like, I don't know. There's so many community figures that could for such a small list, right? Like, it's it's just kind of like whoever they feel like inviting for this one, right? Like,
yeah, I mean the thing is at the tier 1, tier 2 casting level, I'd put myself at like the upper tier 2 casting. Maybe a
mhm,
step down from or 4 steps down from like Fogged and Odie and all them. But like if you at that level, there's like a pretty good amount of candidates. Like unless they're
yeah,
bringing like 20, 25 people, you're definitely just not getting invited to every event. So it's not like I look at
yeah,
the
for
list and
sure.
go like, I'm doing that guy and that guy. But it's just like yeah, not everyone gets invited. I know there's certain events that like casters get really um upset that they don't get to go, like just because they want to. And that's the cool
Yeah,
part about it is pretty much every caster that I know of that's successful, they just love Dota, man. They just want to be at the event. They just want to talk about Dota. They just want to, you know, nerd out like you said about Dota
I,
with all their fellow casters and on screen and all that stuff. So,
I mean
uh, yeah, go ahead.
that's what makes this game so great, man. It's just like, I don't know, it's so unique. There's so much to it. There's so much to talk about all the time. Like, I don't know, Dota will never get figured out, and that's what makes like talking about Dota with other Dota players like so great because it's such a fun game. There's so much to learn in this game.
Speaking of figuring out Dota, this is like my smooth ass segue here. Did you look at the Slacks tutorial at all?
No, I didn't.
It's probably worth like 15 minutes of like playing the first half. They have some
Uh-huh.
like pretty fucking hilarious voice acting and like
I
funny
I I
shit.
saw I I saw his, like, original, like, run through a little bit before they added the voice acting to it, but
Yeah,
I
you
I
should
I
just
haven't.
watch. You should play for like 10 or 15 minutes. It's pretty
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
fun. I played it on stream last night. I thought it was pretty fucking funny. Like obviously, it's like all super
Yeah, yeah,
basic
no, for
stuff, but
sure. I'll definitely
I was
check it out.
having a good time. They got like Jenkins and everything in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So And then of course, like the day after they come out with this, like the whole thing they got going there. I said I
Yeah.
was a little bit emotional, but like I click on this learn tab. I'm gonna do it right now, monkeys. I click on this learn tab, and I want to just see an entire page that's dedicated towards last hit training. It's just gone. You remember how?
Wait. They took last hit training out of the game?
No, like it's in the game still, but like, do you remember how there was like a tutorial learn page with like 5 different steps and all that kind of stuff? But the only
Yeah.
one that was filled in was the first one, and it was the
Yeah.
last hit trainer. I feel like that was a staple. You're like expecting to learn something about Dota, and then it's literally just one thing. Like,
I
I don't know. It's gone for me. It's ruined.
Join Ignition Casino, your go-to destination for the best online poker, table games, progressive slots, and much more. Sign up with the promo code Ignition777 and deposit using Bitcoin to get 25 free spins on 777 Deluxe.
mean, I'm sorry, BSJ. I'm finding it hard to sympathize when, after 10 years of being in a beta, we finally have a way to introduce people to Dota. At least a little
Are
bit.
you doing any beginner player content, or are you
I
refraining for now?
I'm not really planning on anything at the moment. I mean, I suppose I could, but I feel like there are much more qualified people that are going to be doing it than
I was
than
thinking of
me.
doing like a coaching series where I coach Jenkins geared towards helping really bad players get better, but I wasn't sure if he would be down for that type of title for him. What do you think?
I mean, I think it'd be chill with it.
Yeah.
Jenkins seems pretty
Self-aware?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's
Okay.
put it that way.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking I wasn't sure, honestly. So,
Honestly, he might even be ecstatic about the idea. Like, you never know with Jenkins.
yeah, he might be excited to have so many people actually learn from his content. But no, but dude, Jenkins started this, all right? He just started randomly having these like crazy ass psycho titles about me.
I mean, you got to do whatever you got to do for the views.
Yeah. He's I randomly do my memes and shit on my titles sometimes. He's just taking it to a whole nother level or whatever. But
Dude, I'm such a bad titler for streams. Like, I just like, I don't even know, man. I just put random shit there.
I'm just a bit lazy. I think like for me the biggest thing recently is that I've been doing a lot of other stuff, like the coaching in the. I've been doing some like gamers class stuff. I've been doing like the area sessions. I'm like I have to stuck talking to this random guy on this podcast once a week usually, and so
Sounds like an asshole.
yeah, it's rough. So long story short is it just feels like there's so many things that are just not a game of Dota, and I'm like I just want to play a game of Dota, and it like
I feel you.
a little bit of like. Sometimes you're just like can't even motivate yourself to change the fucking title because it's the concept. It's the concept that it's not a game of Dota. Do you know what I mean?
I feel you. I feel you.
Okay. That's all it is for me. So.
Dude, I actually changed my in-game name in Dota for the first time in like
What'd you change it
3
to? Yeah, it's not a
years.
wonder anymore. I
Yeah,
saw that. What is it?
it's back to Hakuna Matata. I'm back,
Oh,
BSJ.
yeah. So you didn't change
I'm
it.
back
You
to,
reverted it.
23-year-old me.
You did the Clinks treatment.
Yes.
Yes, you just changed it back to what it was 7 years ago or
Yeah,
whatever.
because, wait, 7 years. Whoa,
Yeah, aren't
I'm
you
not
like
that old.
40?
Come on, BSJ. I'm younger than you, man. You're one of the few that are older than me.
Fuck.
But I was qualifying for majors like 3 years ago, so I figured if I just reverted my name to what
That
it
might
was
have
3
been the
years
X
ago,
factor.
that
That could have
yeah,
been it.
exactly.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
See, I'm staying ahead of the game, BSJ.
So what do I do? Should I change my name to something different? Because I like, or should I try to tweak it close to what my name was when I was one game off of a major like twice?
Maybe throw a little tildes in there or something.
Okay, like,
Yeah, or like an extra exclamation mark. Maybe you're just lacking the enthusiasm with the previous name.
Okay, I'll have to go sift through my old Twitch VODs. I actually had to delete all those. Never mind, I can't do that. I don't remember what my name was, for all that time. I think I might have just had it as Banana Slam Jamma, so maybe just Banana Slam Jamma exclamation point.
There you go. You could always check the like the tournament VODs on YouTube.
Jamma. One of my funniest, you have your nice that everyone redeems for the channel points, but I have the change my in-game name channel point thing. It's pretty expensive.
Yeah,
it's like 75,000. People use it a lot. I get it maybe
I've seen that.
Day.
That's a good one.
Dude,
maybe I should steal
Bulba
that from
always messages me saying, "What does your fucking name mean, man? Stop changing your fucking name." And I'm like, dude, ask the fucking viewer that told me to change it to that. I don't
know. That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, I've told him like 5 different times. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's just the name change. Like, what can you do?
It's my viewers.
If you're really that upset about it, you can just nickname me on Steam, and you can just see BSJ all the time. But that's what I have. My favorites that I have, Quinn still nicknamed CCNC, and my chat will always be like, holy shit, he changed his name back, because they think that's like what he chose his name to be.
I think the same thing happens to me. I'm pretty sure I have him tagged as CCNC, and sometimes people are like, "Oh, he's back to CCNC."
I'm just too lazy to change it to Quinn. I mean, there's really no other.
I just don't really think about it. Like CCNC and Quinn are just like synonymous in my head. Like I don't know. It doesn't matter what you say. I will think of Quinn, right? Like,
wait, somebody type something. Laughing a lot over base. Okay, I can't even read that. Looks like he's a not English speaker because he's laughing at us for being English speakers or some shit. I was like ready to read that comment, and then I just dudded it, monkeys. So you're gonna have to recover this from where we are.
How am I supposed to recover it? I'm terrible at coming up with things to talk about. This is why you're the host, BSJ. You're supposed to lead me. Take me onto the promised land.
Yeah, I'm supposed to lead you on.
Like, I have no experience in coming up with topics or anything. I just sit here, watch Dota all day.
Have you been streaming at all? I don't think I've seen you stream in like...
I streamed one time this month, like a week and a half ago. Yeah.
This month? Why,
yes, this month.
What are you doing with your time? Other than
taking care of my puppies. Dude, look, I'm the only one here, and they require like a lot of time. Do you know how much energy 2 corgi puppies have? It's a lot of energy, BSJ. I don't know. I'm just getting like taken around, dragged around everywhere, like constantly.
Which one do you like better?
Whoa, that's toxic BSJ.
You don't have to tell them; they don't know.
So they're both within earshot. What if they hear?
Just 1 for the female, 2 for the male. You can just use your fingers on stream.
I suppose I would go with Lilu, probably.
Is that the female?
Yeah.
I'm not good with names. What's the male's name?
Kirby.
Kirby and Lilu. I can remember Kirby. Lilu, I'm gonna practice that. I said that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever seen The Fifth Element?
No, I have not.
You should watch The Fifth Element. That's a really good movie.
What is it, like a recent movie, or is it like 90s?
It's from 90, 98, 96.
I don't know, man. Something about that title just told me it was from the 90s. I just knew
it's Bruce Willis. Like when he was super young.
Is this like the same idea as Sixth Sense, or is this a different fucking thing?
No, way different. Way different. Whoa, no.
Isn't that Bruce Willis too? Am I crazy?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I just hear Fifth Element and Sixth Sense, same actor, and it's like...
Wait, is Sixth... Yeah, it is.
Somebody said, holy shit, Fifth Element is like top 5 movies of all time. The next guy said it's a super trash movie. So that means it must be good because it's created controversy.
I mean, I think it's insanely good. I've seen it a lot, but
Yeah, apparently somebody in chat agreed with me there. It says people either love it or hate it. There's really no in between. It has bad ratings, apparently. Okay. Have you ever shown your friends a movie and they just hated it? You were like super excited to have everyone
think I
watch
did
this
that to
movie?
you, actually.
Really?
Remember I showed you what was it? Isle of Dogs?
You told me to watch that. You didn't show it to me. I think I watched it on a plane flight.
Yeah, and I was with you.
Yeah. And you said it was awesome.
Yeah,
I
and you
had
were
no
like,
rush.
"This was a really weird fucking movie, Jaren," and I was like, "Yeah, but I like Wes Anderson movies," and you're like, "I don't know what to think
I think
anymore
I
about
said
your
I
movie
don't get it or
suggestions."
something like that. I didn't get that one. Yeah. So my story is that every summer I went to Colorado, and it was something. It was like where my mom had like most of her connections growing up and stuff, and she just loves the mountains. So we'd go to Colorado for a week or two every summer, and it started with us like staying at my grandma's place because that's where she lived, and then it like resulted in us like going to this like cabin, this like lodging place. And so we went there and we started seeing a lot of people, the same people. I think I might have told you this one.
Mhm.
But I had this group of friends that we established over the course of like 10 to 15 years of all of us going for the 4th of July to Colorado. And we all like did stuff in the summer together. And there was one summer where I had watched The Thing, the first one, not the one from like 2016, but like
Yeah.
the thing from like 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought it was such a suspenseful movie, and it like freaked me the fuck out. And I remember that one scene where they realize that like the blood is living, and when you
Yeah.
like poke it, if the person's infected, it literally like freaks the fuck out, and it's like a creature. And I thought that scene was like one of the best scenes I'd ever seen. Like that, I was like on the edge of my seat. Like I thought that was really fucking cool. And okay, the first thing is apparently okay. It's the second one apparently. Whatever. There was first one made in 1920. Somebody said it or some shit. But I showed it to them. So hyped about this movie, and they all just fucking hated it. They literally just they were just looking at me like, "What is this movie?" And we actually watched it all, but none of them liked it. Not a single one of them. Because like
Really?
the graphics were kind of like they were from like the 80s, so like
Yeah.
the creature is like kind of funky looking and shit. But I thought that was fine. I thought that was fine. I thought it was a really good movie, and I think I lost a lot of confidence to show movies or anything like that after that experience. I lost a lot. I lost a lot. So
See, I've learned that I know not everybody is gonna like the same stuff that I like. So whenever someone asks me for like a movie suggestion, the only way that I'm gonna be confident in giving you a movie suggestion is if I like kind of like know you as a person, right? And I know your tastes and everything, because then I can like confidently say if I think you're gonna like something or not. But
that was Kurt Russell, right? Yeah, 1982. What were the ratings? 85% on Rotten Tomatoes. 85%. What can you fucking do, man?
maybe you and those guys just weren't meant to be friends, BSJ. Maybe
I haven't
maybe
seen
there's
them
just a
since we
disconnect
stopped.
there.
We all grew up and we stopped going to Colorado, so it's kind of sad. But
Yeah.
I haven't seen them in a while. That was the
That's
beginning of
just
the end. That was the beginning of
that's
the end.
just the way she goes, VSJ.
Yeah, that
You get older and you get more busy and you don't have enough time to
Okay.
hang out with everyone anymore.
That's true. It's
Except for
sadly
me.
true. Yes,
You have
of
enough
course.
time for me.
No, you're the one person because I do like no reaching out. Colley's been like, you're just bound to have no friends ever because you just don't reach out to people. And I said, yeah, the only time I really had a ton of friends was in high school because I was forced to talk to people.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I am.
I'm in the exact
Yeah,
same
yeah,
boat.
yeah, I know. There's a lot of people out there, the introverts of the world. You can relate. But
I've literally
go ahead.
I've literally even noticed, like, with my team, I mean, I'm making more of an effort now to, like, spend more time with my team, but, like, there's, like, a 3-week time frame where I literally, like, didn't talk to my team outside of scrims, and I was just like, why are you doing this, Jaren? Like,
Well, you
what
always
else are
ask
you doing
yourself
with your
that. Here we
team,
go
your
again.
time? Like,
Here we go again.
just spend time with your team. Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah. True. I know. I'm way worse at it than most people that I don't do it. I still do it even worse, at least as far as I've seen. But my segue I was gonna do is because we've hit about the 45 minute mark. And if I talk to you too long, you're not gonna come back because then you've talked about everything you need to talk about. We've got the anime coming out tomorrow, dude.
That's true.
So my question is, are you gonna watch it? That's my first question.
Yes.
Are you gonna watch it with my watch party at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow?
I probably not. That sounds like too much of a commitment.
Okay, fair enough. You are committed to your dogs right now. So then my next question would be, do you watch anime other than that?
Um, I did watch a fair bit of anime until I was like 21, 22, something like that. And then I kind of like stopped pretty much just like I felt like I watched everything that I think I would have liked in the anime world. And
Did you watch Hunter x Hunter?
yes, I did watch that actually. I enjoyed that.
Did you watch like all 150 episodes or whatever?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, it was a long time ago. I don't really remember like the like everything, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I watched it all.
Yeah, all I gotta say is that Kali has like 5 or 6 animes that she thinks are like really good, and she's had me watch. I've watched like 3 of them so far,
Mhm.
and I never really watched animes ever. And one of them was Hunter x Hunter. I got done with it like last week or 2 weeks
Wait.
ago.
Let me see if I can guess a couple of the others.
Okay,
Is FMA Brotherhood on there?
that was not one of hers, but I watched that with friends when I was like, that was the first anime I ever watched.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the first
Because
anime I ever
that
watched.
that would definitely be up there.
I
What
need to
about
rewatch that one because I think I would appreciate it more now than I did back then.
Mhm. What about Cowboy Bebop?
Never seen Cowboy Bebop.
That would be. Those are my top 2 guesses. I don't really know what
Yeah.
else. Oh,
So,
Death Note. A
Death
lot of
Note.
people suggest
Yes.
that.
Yep. We are
Was
current.
that one?
We started Death Note and then we took a break because I was watching Hunter x Hunter and then we're going back to
I
Death
see.
Note. So we've watched
Well,
a
at
pretty
least
good amount of
at
Death
least I
Note.
got one guess in there.
Yes. So my point though is that I just wanted to say for this Dota anime, I hope it's cool. I've heard like mediocre reviews for it, but like I think an animated show, the cool thing about these shows is that it's just a low budget way to make some like crazy ass superhero shit, like crazy shit going on. I think it's really cool. I personally used to like be like weebs, what's wrong with you kind of shit, but I've I've seen the light that some of these animes are actually like real deep and shit, and I'm like crying at watching a fucking anime. So I am crossing my fingers that tomorrow we get, or I guess it's like an hour that it comes out.
Yeah.
I'll be watching it tomorrow, but I'm crossing my fingers that we get get hit in the feels by a Dota based anime, like a game
Yeah.
that we're all emotionally invested in and such.
I definitely. I mean, I definitely want to see it succeed for a multitude of reasons. But yeah, I mean, I just look forward to it. I mean, I've always kind of been interested in like the lore of Dota and everything. So it'll be no matter how good the writing is. I feel like just getting to see like the Dota world, in general would be or is going to be cool. Like regardless of how success or like good it is in the end, I suppose.
Did you ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
Here and there, that was not one of the shows that I watched like the entirety of it. But
So that
I mean,
was like
I know enough about it. Like
that was like my
I
8 to 12-year-old life in a nutshell, right there. Like
I
something like
think
that. Maybe like
Pokemon was for me.
yeah, maybe like it was Pokemon too, but like I watched like literally all the Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, and then I watched it
Mm.
again in college. Like I watched it like all in 1 month or whatever in college.
Yeah.
And yesterday, Collie and I were at Trader Joe's, and we were buying. I don't remember what we were buying, and she was talking about like, do we buy 1 or 2? And then I said, or we could go even further beyond. And I was like, we could buy 3. And I didn't even realize in my head that I was quoting fucking Goku.
Dude, shit like that's so funny.
I was just like, or we could go even further beyond. And then she's like, "What do you fucking like? What do you mean?" And then you have to explain, and then she's like, "Okay, man, whatever." You know,
Like the best part about those moments is what you know once you get through the explanation, it's not gonna connect, like it's not gonna be worth it. But like you still just have to do it, right?
Yeah, it was funny. Like she's gotten used to my SpongeBob quotes at this point. I quote SpongeBob at least once a week, at least. And at this point, if I say some stupid random shit that she doesn't understand, she's like, "Is this another SpongeBob quote?"
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Anytime like some serious issues happening, I'll just be like, or we could just take this problem and push it somewhere else. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, Kalia, she never watched SpongeBob. So, like she doesn't appreciate it. I said I was gonna
She
give
never
her.
watched SpongeBob.
She didn't like it. She watched like 4 episodes when she was a kid, and she just doesn't go for the super derpy shit. You know, like that's not Kalia. So.
Shaking my damn head. SpongeBob was.
I already got over that disappointment.
Was so much of my childhood, BSJ.
We're almost at 2 years now. I had to get over that one within like 3 months. Otherwise, it would be like.
Otherwise, I would be causing issues right now in the relationship.
The emotional distraughtness would be way too high to stay in the relationship. Stepping on the beach. I say that one all the time too. Stepping on the beach. I don't necessarily say stepping on the beach, but I'll be like even in Dota, I remember saying like running in the trees.
One thing that I've or I guess not so much right now, but like a month ago, I saw a lot of high MMR Dota players do like the Owen Wilson wow repetition, just going wow, wow, wow. And literally just saying wow to each other like over and over with different inflections.
Yeah, it's weird how like if one person starts doing it, suddenly just like everyone's fucking doing it. Yeah, you see the same people in your games every game. I've had to start muting people though, man. So I haven't gotten to like I've decided that if somebody says something to me and I can't objectively say it helped me win the game of Dota, I just mute them. I'm like, you know what? I had to mute Bulba today. I had to mute him 2 days in a row. I unmuted him and I had to remute him. And I was like, he's like, dude, why are you muting me? And I'm like, I'm struggling to focus and you're not helping. Boom, muted. And now he's like, are you mad at me? I'm like, no, I'm not mad. You're just annoying me.
Yeah, you have to put your foot down. I mean, you got to do whatever you can to stay focused in Dota.
Hey, it's all self-awareness. We're all different, right? It's all like what makes you get off your game. You know, what throws you off. Everyone's a bit different.
Yeah.
And you know, today I had an Earthshaker that clearly didn't want to play the game, and at the very beginning of the game, he warded lane when he had his off-lane Sand King. And I said, warding the lane with an off-lane Sand King, yikes. And then like 30 seconds later, the ward gets dewarded. And my stream said that it might have been that right there that set the Earthshaker off, you know, because he just did not want to play that game. And they're saying that me saying that might have done it. And I said, you know what? If I was in a really fucking bad mood right now, if somebody said that to me, I might have gotten triggered too. I probably would have muted myself right there, monkeys.
I mean, it's like, dude, there's definitely things I've said to people that certainly is not helping the situation. Like, I don't know. So I definitely go overboard at times with like trying to get people to like untilt, and I'm just like, dude, just stop walking down mid. Just don't do it, man. Just stop walking. We're gonna win the game. And I'm sure it's just making it worse. Like they're just listening to my voice and they're just like, this fucker. I just want to kill my items even more now.
Yeah, my last game of today, I literally said, guys, if we can just try, we can actually win this game. And, that doesn't seem to ever help when you just say, hey, guys, can we just, like, try? Like, my tempers are literally
Usually
jumbling at level 4,
people just take it the worst possible way, and they're like, God damn, I want to lose even more now. I can't believe my teammate asked me to try my heart. Like, oh, what an insult. We're like, going down the mid lane, boys.
I feel like at that point, though, they're past the point of no return, right? Like, how do you, like, it's 12 minutes into the game, and your guys juggling at level 4 or 5. It's like, how do you, like, get him to come back? He's just too far gone. But no. So we are about at the hour mark.
I don't even know what we talked about.
Dude, if my YouTube editor is gonna ask me, hey, what's the subject title for this podcast episode? And I'm gonna say, you tell me. That's gonna be the answer coming out from me.
We didn't talk about any one topic.
But seriously, chat, honest question. For the 8 of you that are still awake listening, did this entertain you? Let's just ask them right now. Let's ask. This is the
people that it didn't entertain surely are gone by now, BSJ. It's been an hour.
Okay, most people are saying no. Okay, mostly no's. Okay, we'll keep that in mind for next time and probably not change a single thing, monkeys.
Sounds good.
Okay, monkeys. Okay, so we say this every fucking time, monkeys, but I'm going to make sure we talk because you're my experiment, you're my guinea pig for a friend that I'm going to try to regularly reach out to make sure we talk. Okay, so the podcast is just our motivator, and
sounds good.
Eventually, I'm going to be casting a major, you're going to be qualifying to the major, and we're going to be talking in real life. But until then, this is all we got, monkeys. So
that's true.
For now, I will bid you adieu, monkeys. But this is a reminder that next week, sometime in the early week, Monday or Tuesday or something, we're going to do this again, okay? Your corgis do not need you at 1 a.m., all right? We can do this again.
I know we can. I just overslept last time. That's all, BSJ. I'm sorry. It was a one-time thing.
Likely story.
I mean, I say it's a one-time thing, but it's literally just like sometimes I forget to plug in my phone and it dies while I'm sleeping, and then my alarm doesn't go off. And
that's probably what your scrim partners say too, monkeys. That's all I gotta say.
Dude, every day. It happens every day. It's like, just don't schedule the scrim if you're not gonna show up on time. That's all.
Sorry, guys, we're pushing a few too many buttons here. So, but yeah, no, I always have fun talking to you, monkeys. I'm glad most people didn't enjoy the podcast. Hope you guys will all not come enjoy it again or whatever next time. Until then, we'll see you guys. See you later, monkeys.
Yeah, bye.